Are you finding that ammo types on Arena Breakout Infinite are causing you a little bit of bother? Comprehensive guide on ammo types in Arena Breakout Infinite. We're going to break down the different damage types, penetrations, costs to output, making sure that you're choosing the right ammo. You know what ammo to pick up in raid. So let's get into it. So before we jump into this video, what's your take on red ammo in Arena Breakout Infinite? I honestly believe it should be a found in raid or craftable items, so people aren't just going in spending multi-billions on the market. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So here we are, guys, on the 545 by 39 BP ammo. We're going to be talking about just gold ammos because I'm finding that everybody's got all the money. They're wearing higher tier armors. There is a lot of quick hitters about, but 99% of the time they're bots. Quick note, take the bots out of the game, maybe. Not needed. I'd rather have a much quieter lobby than deal with bots, but hey ho. So BP ammo, pierce level 4, penetration 41, base damage 45, armor damage 16.8, 890 meters per second. You do get that accuracy buff, but you've got to look at the vertical recoil and the horizontal recoil. So if you're rocking this in, say, an AK-12, AK-74N, don't worry about the little nerfs on the recoil. You're still going to be able to control that gun pretty damn easily. But yeah, 1125 average unit price at this current time. So the time is 25 past 1 in the afternoon here in the UK. So just try and factor in best time to buy. I wouldn't really go with any other ammo. You can step it up to your BS, but as you can see, a lot more expensive, 4,464. Now, level 5, PS level, penetration 52, base damage 40, armor damage 26. Obviously, the initial bullet velocity, once again, you get an increase in accuracy, but you're much more penalized on the recoil. But once again, good guns, you're not going to really worry about it. Focus on what you are going to return. So imagine, just hear me out. You're buying all this expensive ammo. You've got expensive armor, expensive helmet. You don't have a backpack that's big enough to absolutely utilize on storage to take the high tier armors that you've just pierced, take the high tier ammos, all their high tier ammo, their guns, their parts. You're not getting a return on investment. So really try and factor in what is your middle to medium range of going, right, if I spend X amount, how much have I invested in my kit for this raid? How much am I going to get back? Now, you can then prolong this if you're a very good player and saying, well, I've spent this, but this kit's lasted me 5-6 raids before I die. So it swings and roundabouts, but really factor in my recommendation, BP ammo all the way. I wouldn't go with anything else. It's still pierces, even good ammos. I've took out T6 motorcycle helmets, T6 armors with this, just absolutely firing down range at them, especially hitting limbs as well. Chance to wound is low, but don't worry about that much. If you black the limbs out and you hit it again, they're dead. So just won't focus on leg meta, so to speak. But BP is definitely the one. So moving on to M855A1s and M995s. Now, I was a very big advocate of the 556 A1s. Honest to God, I use them in probably 95% of my raids. But it's come to my attention recently when using the test dummies and in-game, in raids, with a few things that you think, what? Hitting clean flesh shots to the face at a set distance over 30 meters was not getting a kill. I was having to at least double tap. So for me, that kind of put me off. Now, that does happen with all ammo types, depending on the effective range of the rifle. But with how, you're talking 30 meters to 50 meters, it shouldn't make a difference. It really shouldn't. But I've stepped away from this. But if I had to give my honest opinion, you are rocking 556. If that's the ammo you want to run, hit A1s. You get them when the market's right. They're not, say this lightly, they're not too expensive. It's still expensive, but in the ecosystem of the game, 931 a round isn't really all that expensive. So yeah, I would rock with that. On average, on a night time for me, they're at around 1100 a bullet. So as you can see, pierce level 4, penetration 40, base damage 47, armor damage 17.5. But I think this is where it comes into its own. The initial bullet velocity of 945 meters per second. Accuracy +4. You're gonna get your negatives on your recoil with any ammunition compared to just the gun. So yeah, just take that into consideration. My best pairing with this, for me, if you are wanting to go in and go, right, I need to make sure what I'm using maximizes performance, M4, 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 M4. The rate of fire on that beast, easy to control. You know, you can have short stock, long barrel. It's honestly, it's probably the best 5.56 gun. Just expensive. So that's where you drop it down to your likes of your MDR. If you really want to go close CQC, use your MCX. MCX for me on TV station is ripping now. So yeah, go A1s. We're not going to really touch on 995s. Once again, to me, that should not be purchasable for 5,000. For me, that should be found in raid, craftable. You know, that type of approach. So see the stats on screen now. But yeah, it's 5,229 a bullet. So 10 of them will set you back. It's just shy of 53k. Then we move on to 7.62 by 39. BP ammo is brilliant. It is what it did. It's honestly probably some of the best ammo for me in game at the moment. It's just expensive. Once again, nearly 2,000 a bullet. If you hit this on the evenings, that will be at 2,000 a bullet for myself. So level 4 penetration, base damage, armor damage. You can see there, I'm not going to keep rinsing and repeating. 730. Once again, take into consideration the nerfs on the recoils. AKM can be a poppy gun unless you've fully stacked it out with all the best attachments. So I've been rocking and trying to get used to the AEK. I use that loud. I don't put a suppressor on, so it is less poppy with horizontal and vertical recoil. So yeah, 1,800 a bullet. Once again, don't be rinsing good ammo if you've got half decent gear. You know, what's the point in putting all your money into your gun and your ammo and then you get one tapped from mediocre? I've seen it many a times. I've come across people and I've gone in with, you know, A1s and they're trying to hit me with AP rounds of 7.62s, but they've got a level 3 armor on. I've rinsed them and I'm like, thanks for the money. So remember that one. AP 7.62 by 39. For me, hands down, best, most versatile ammo across the board if you want to spend the money on it. It's a level 5. It pens. The base damage is high. Armor damage is incredible. It's good for 7.62. 7.62 is good assault rifle along anything. For me, that would be a better choice than the M995, to be quite honest. High caliber, more damage. But you got to be willing to pay for it, guys. 5,000. I really do think we need to feed back to the devs of Arena Breakout Infinite that take your red ammo off the market. It reduce the market. So let's quickly talk about pricing. You've got 338 Lapua, I'll call it Lapua, rounds on the market at what, 20-odd thousand, 30,000 a bullet, and naturally inflates the rest of the market. So get rid of the reds. Get rid of the reds. Gonna start a campaign. 7.62 by 51. Go M80s. This is for you guys that are probably in your lockdown mode, probably touching forbidden here and there. Go M80s. I do find that there's more of a ricochet chance for this bullet, even though the stats don't really tell you that. There's been many a times where I've hit level 3 armor helmets, not even the meta one that's high ricochet, even low ricochet helmets, and I'm getting too many ricochets for my liking. But average unit price has gone down today, 576. I think yesterday this was around 700, 800 a bullet. But see the stats on screen. I'm not going to be a repetitive parrot for you guys. I don't want to bore you with my voice. So yeah, M80 is probably the best middle range balance to go. If you are going to try and spend big, go M62s. Do not spend 17 grand on a bullet. And this is where I want to talk about ammo, monetization in the game, and the markets. So this right here, this makes me feel sick. Now, yeah, be it. It's a round. It's a bullet. It should be in the game. Should it be purchasable from any Tom, Dick, and Harry with a credit card? It's about money that they've built up. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to spend 25 grand on a bullet, be my guest. You are happy to my loot. But this is coming from a perspective of you want to introduce new players to this game. and you want to launch it on Steam, this will put people off very, very quickly. This genre is founded by Escape from Tarkov. Okay, what anybody says, for me, Escape from Tarkov was the catalyst behind this extraction looter shooter, trying to be a bit of a real meal sim, hyper realism. This game isn't super hyper realistic, but the fundamentals, when you're breaking down ammo and different kits, it is. So why not match suit? It's a found in raid or craftable, which is going to take you 3 days to craft 60 bullets. So if I get killed by that, if that was the case, I'll be like, fair enough. They have put the time, effort into crafting that bullet, or they've just found some in raid and they've topped a few mags up with it. So take it out of the game, reduce the prices of the overall market. Talking about prices and monetization, take the ability to purchase coin out of the game. This is not a mobile game. So coin exchange, I've got coins and different coins. I buy the elite and things like that, and I bought a skin. But yeah, look at this. So 100 is for 300,000 coin. You get a weekly limit of 5. Same again for the same one, weekly limit 1.5 mil, and then 3 million coin. You get 5 of them. So you can buy that with real money. Doesn't need to have pay to win in this, guys. You've got skins, you've got charms, you've got everything that you could possibly do in this game that can be monetized. I get it, it's a free game, you need to earn your money. I totally respect that and I will support that. But being able to purchase in-game items, so I use the elite package, which gets me a bigger composite container. Now this is a question: does having a bigger container and an extra slot of storage make it pay to win for myself? Let me know, be honest. So quick hit recommendations: ammo 545 by 39 BP, your 556 by 45 would be M855A1s, your 762 by 39s, same again, BP range. And then your 762 by 51s, I would go M80. So if you do like the video, please give it a like. If you want to see more of the content, please subscribe. We do upload 3 times a week, plenty of shorts, all based on FPS and Arena Breakout. We have got our Discord server up and running, so head on over to the Twitch, link is down below, and you can join the Discord from there. Got plenty of gamers in there that want to play different games, different genres. So yeah, we're going to build a bit of a hub. Appreciate you all. You guys take it easy. Catch you in the next one.